So what we want to do is somebody is joining our business here at Rain International. We want them to understand right from the get-go what's going to be expected of them. And you need to understand it doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter what you've done in the past. It doesn't matter what your successes or failures have been. I just want you to know that this is a different animal. It's a different beast. And you need to come to the table ready to learn and be willing to be mentored and taught how this business is to be done correctly. Okay, and somebody's first couple weeks in the business really are their formative years. You know, when you have a child that you're trying to raise, or whether it's even a tree in your yard that's growing sideways, when it's young is when you can get it going the right direction. After it's already set in its ways, it's really hard. It's a lot more difficult for that to be able to change. And so the first 2 weeks are very, very important because it's going to show your new partner in your business exactly what they should be doing and what they should be focusing on that they're going to teach and train their people to do as well. So, it's something that a lot of times people are casual when they first get somebody in the business because they don't want to put too much pressure. They're excited they just had somebody join their team. They don't want to put some additional pressure on them now to get them started and get them going. And now obviously we're talking about people that are joining us to be part of the business aspect of what we have here at Rain International. Obviously if somebody's just a customer, they can continue to be a customer. We're going to follow up with them and ask them how the product, if they're taking it and the experiences they're having. What I'm talking about are those people that are looking to create some additional income, either part-time or full-time income, to help supplement their income or totally replace their income and create the cash flow in their life to create that freedom that they want. This is critical that we put the pressure on them and we show them the path and we get them started right at the beginning. So the first 2 weeks are critical. Now, we could sit down and we could have people go over all the material and those trainings, and we have the systems in place as we've come out, as you're going to hear later on with the RAIN cycle, which the commitment letter is part of. But guys, people need to be shown, not told. And I've loved the book that's out there that you can't teach a person to ride a bike at a seminar. And there's a whole book on that, and it's a good book. But the thing is it's true. Well, we can talk till we're blue in the face, but the most important way to show somebody how to do it is to get out there and show them how to do it by taking them through the process. The only thing that matters in this business, guys, is one thing, and that is duplication. Because if you don't have it, you're not truly doing network marketing. You're not truly seeing the power that this industry has. But duplication happens, good or bad. That's why it's so important as we talk about those first 2 weeks, getting people started the right way. Because the way that you start your people is the way that they're going to start their people and feel that that's the way that they need to do it as well. So duplication, good or bad, happens. It's your job to make sure that you're following the processes and steps that we have in place to make sure that your people get off to a good start, know exactly what to expect, and go out there and start getting closer to their dreams and goals and accomplishing the reason why they got involved with this in the first place. So this is something that we need to be asking ourselves. We want to be able to reach the masses. If the masses can do it, then we want to do it. I tell people it's the difference between Deal or No Deal, the game show Deal or No Deal, or Jeopardy. Okay, to do Jeopardy and to play Jeopardy, guess what? You need to know stuff. Okay, what we want to do is we want to make this like Deal or No Deal. What do you got to do to play Deal or No Deal? Pick a number. Who can do that? Anyone. Okay, if you can make it like that, you will reach the masses. If every single person needs to be a scientist and know everything from front to back on the product, and they need to understand every aspect of the compensation, and they don't, guys, if they need to do these things from day one, it's going to slow down growth. I'm not saying that you shouldn't learn these things and you shouldn't obviously understand the industry that you're in and the company that you're in. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you need to be able to put something in place that the masses can do. So the question you need to ask yourself when you're doing something is not does it work, but does it duplicate? Can people do what I'm doing? When I flip out my projector, my laptop, and my iPad, am I sending the message that everybody needs those three things to be able to do this business? Once again, duplication happens, good or bad. So you want to make sure that you're doing something that you know the masses can do. Okay, so make it simple and easy. Not that people are dumb and stupid. They're not. Okay, but what we're talking about is if we can make it really simple, then it's really going to take off in your business. So make sure that you don't make it about you. Don't make you the issue. Make it about the systems that we have in place and get out of the way. Usually when somebody talks to me and they're having some struggles and they've hit a brick, hit the wall as far as their business, they're not feeling like they're progressing, it's usually because they're holding themselves back. They're making themselves the issue. They're making it about them. They're not making it about the system. So what you need to do is we need to show people that we have the things, the tools in place for them to get out of the way and just let this system and let the tools and trainings that we have in place kind of do it for them. Okay, so the commitment letter is what we're going to be focusing on today. And you can download this in your back office. It's right there underneath the trainings and tools once you've logged into your back office of the company. So this is something that you can download, and so can your people as they join your business. And you want them to do that. Now, one of the things that we're going to go over in this commitment letter is we're going to ask some specific questions. Okay, one, have you ever done network marketing before? Okay, first off, guys, I'm not afraid that this is network marketing. Okay, it's not something that I'm ashamed of. This is an industry that is doing billions of dollars a year and growing. Okay, in any industry, you're going to have some companies that try to say that they're a network marketing company or this type of company or that type of company that don't do the industry well. Okay, but if people really understand what network marketing is, guys, it is the way of the future. So I want to ask them, have you done network marketing before? Because I want to know. Okay, yes, did they do network marketing before? Okay, and what happened? Well, I didn't get any support. I didn't know what I was doing. I failed. Yeah, I want to know what it is. I want to know if they have some brain damage that I can help them overcome and help them see that it wasn't them. It was the fact that they didn't have the things in place that they needed for success. If the answer is no, then I'm obviously going to take a little bit more time on the basics so they understand it all. Okay, but I want to know, where they stand as far as that's concerned. Next thing I want to know is I want to know how many hours they're planning on putting into this business. And I want to know what days of the week they're going to do it. How many hours per day are you willing to build this business? A lot of times people say, Byron, I can do 25 hours a week. But you know what? I know something. And I know that every single person is already using every hour out of every day towards something already. So the only way that they're going to be able to put in the 25 hours is if they sacrifice and change what they're spending their time doing. And this is going to help them see that. So if they say they can do 25 hours a week, that sounds simple, or even 15 hours a week. Okay, but show me where those 15 hours are coming from. Now they need to start thinking. Okay, on Monday night, well, that really is not going to work because I hang out and do this with the family. Tuesday night, okay, maybe from 5 to 8. I could do some, okay, there's 3 hours. Oh, but wait, there's my favorite TV show. Okay, and this is where I can point out to them that, I'm not trying to ever be condescending to anybody, but if they're coming to us with wanting a solution, and that is, okay, if somebody's making $60,000 or $70,000 a year, and they want to make more, let's say they want to make $160,000, they have to spend the time on a daily basis doing different things to get a different outcome. The activities that they're putting in and how they're spending their 24 hours every day right now is giving them the outcome that they're getting. If they want a different outcome, they have to be spending those hours differently. They have to, or the outcome is not going to be any different. And so that's why I want them to show me where those hours are coming from. Another reason why I want them to show me if I was their sponsor is I want to know when I'm going to be teaming up with them and helping them. This is somebody that I'm bringing into the business. Your first couple of weeks in the business, you should be married to that person, helping them get off to a good start. It's like bringing a new child into the world. They really can't do anything. You need to show them and teach them and show by example and show them how to do it. Another thing, the next step is, what are you most interested in? Okay, what is the reason that you got involved? Do you want some more financial freedom? Are you looking for time freedom? Okay, is that what you're after, or some health freedom? Okay, or all three. But there's something probably that's a little bit more important to them at the moment that they're after, and you want to know what that is. And then I also want to ask them, what is your main reason for getting involved with our team? What is it? somebody might say, you know what, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, Byron. And I've just been working and grinding, and I had to take another job, and I'm not really getting ahead because now I've got the kids in daycare, which costs me more money. And so now I'm going to my second job just to basically make a little bit more than what daycare is costing me. There's got to be a better way. Or, there could be a lot of different reasons. Okay, but what's their main reason? And I want them to put it there. Okay, then I want to ask them on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, how committed are you to doing the things necessary to reaching your goals? Seriously, if you want things to change, how committed are you to doing the things daily to make it happen? Because I'm here to tell you, it's not going to happen if you're not committed. It's not going to happen. It doesn't matter how committed I am. It doesn't matter how committed anybody else is in the team. If the person that's coming into the business doesn't have the commitment level that they need, then they're not going to make it happen. Even if somebody's an 8 or a 9, you know what? What I tell people is, hey, let's show you this system, let's put it into place, and we'll make a believer out of you. Okay? And get you to where you need to get. But you need to be putting in the time and energy for that to happen, or it's not going to happen. If you don't plant the seed, if you don't water it, if you don't do the things that you're supposed to do to have a plant grow, it's never going to grow. Okay? It doesn't even have a chance if you don't plant it. And what we're trying to do is tell people and show people that there are certain steps that need to happen for them to be able to get the result that they're after. Okay? I'm never going to be one of those people that preaches, here's all you do, you sign up and you're rich. Okay? Because that's not true. And I always think, you'll lose more people by making it sound too easy than you ever will by making it sound too difficult, by being real with people, letting them know and understand, it's going to be tough. You're going to go through a little bit of a learning curve, but we do it together, and we can do it fast because we're working as a team. So the next question is pretty important because, guys, we all get sidetracked. We're all human. We all make mistakes. We're all committed and excited at different levels, different days, different months. And so what you want to ask is you want to say, hey, if I, as your upline, see that you're getting off track, what would you like me to do about it? Okay, now what we're doing is we're asking for permission, so that now, when this new person or prospect or this new partner is getting off track, and they will, because we all do, we can call them up and we can say, hey, you told me that if I notice that you're getting off track, to give you a call and set you straight. You haven't shown up to the weekly meeting for the last 3 weeks. Okay, what's going on? We're slowing down momentum here. Have you found a better way to get that financial freedom that you're after? No. Okay, then here's what we got to do. We got to get refocused and recommitted. Let's go make this thing happen. Okay, but the thing is if you've asked for that permission up front, and if they've given you and they've told you exactly what you want to do, you're not going to come across as overbearing. You're not going to come across as being annoying because they've asked for it. Okay, so now once we've done that, what I want to know is I want to know what level and what speed they want to move. Okay, do you want to go out right now in your business and create a downpour? Do you want to do that? Okay, are you going to start your rain business and do it big? And you want to go get 10 people as fast as you can personally in your business? Okay, or basically is it because of your time restrictions or obviously kind of your commitment level or different things where you just want to go get 4 to 6 people, kind of more of a part-time thing, or even somebody that's just trying to create a mist in their business and go get 2, and they've got some other things that demand their time, and that's kind of their focus. I want to know what it is because I can match energy for energy. I want to be able to go out there and make it happen. When I first got into this business years ago, guys, I started with a downpour. I started and I went out and brought quite a few people in the business. And I tell you what, man, it propelled me. And I know that if I would have started at a slower pace for me, it would have been a lot more difficult in my situation. Now, everybody's got a different situation and scenario that they're in. But for me, and from what I've seen, the best way to build this business is fast. It's easier to build fast than slow, especially with the power of our comp plan and the way that we have to build down. Guys, that only motivates and fuels the people that you've already gotten in to go out and do the exact same activity that you're doing to take it to the next level. So as we always say, the speed of the leader is the speed of the team. So what you want to do is let them know, let them tell you, one of these answers isn't wrong. If somebody chooses missed, they want to go out there and get 2 people, I'm not going to say, oh, well, I'm not working with you. Okay, but I just know where my time and energy, how much needs to be spent there, and I need to go find some other people because I am a full-time guy, and I need to be, someone only wants to go get 2 real quick. Yeah, that's not gonna fill my time. I need to go work with some other people, so I'm making sure that I'm spending, the time that I'm not working with this person getting 2, I'm gonna have a little extra time to go and help other people get more. So go big or go home. That's kind of the thing. If we're gonna do this, let's do it, right? So how do you do this and turn a goal into a reality? Well, this is just a quick little action thing that I like people to go through. And, my goal is to be blank by blank. Whether you've gone through the compensation plan and they want to be a goal, you can even put money in here. My goal is to have $500 a week by, September 1st. And then what you're going to do is you're going to figure out how many weeks away that is. So now what we're doing is we're making it a realistic thing for them. And we're spelling it out, where we call this walking backwards, where the first thing we do is we pick the goal, we pick the time frame, and then we're going to walk backwards from that time to the present point and figure out what activities need to be generated to be able to get that end result. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to divide how many weeks away by how many reps are needed, to achieve that rank or to achieve that amount of money. So you're going to divide how many reps that you need total, and divide that by how many weeks that you have. So you might need, an average of 6 people joining your team every week. Now, granted, guys, this isn't just your people. Once you get the duplication happening, this can be your people's people as well. So then you know how many people you need weekly. Here's how many. I need 6 people a week joining my team. So how many people need to see your presentation and commit to the opportunity to reach your goal? Well, if I need 6 people, I probably need to make sure that I'm probably talking to 20, as I'm getting going. I need to put 20 people in front of this opportunity. So if you need 20 people in front of the opportunity, how many commitments do you need to be able to make to be able to present to that many people? Okay, well, I probably need at least 30 to 35 people to say they'll meet with me to have 20 of them actually meet with me. Okay, now how many people, once again, are you going to have to talk to get 35 people to commit to you to have 20 to meet with you to get the 6 that you're after? Okay, now, once again, you might look at these numbers and say, whoa, that's too many. But guys, let's be real with people. Let's say this is a real expectation. Let's not send out false expectations, because if they go out there and build this business and we tell them that 100% of the people that they talk to are going to join, that's not realistic. Now, that might be the case for 1 or 2 unique people that maybe have a lot of credibility and people will do it just because of who that person is. Okay, but I'm just saying, on average, for the masses, that's not going to happen. So how many people do you need to talk to daily to get to get as many commitments that you need to get the number of people in front of the opportunity to get the people on a weekly basis in? That's going to be more difficult at the beginning because it's you, but as you get your business going and other people are setting these goals for themselves and doing that, if you need 6 people joining your team and you have 10 other people out doing meetings, guys, obviously it becomes a lot more realistic and in a timely fashion. All that's not on your shoulders. Okay, but this is how you turn a goal into reality, by walking backwards, and it's critical and it's key. So what I want somebody to do when they first get in the business is this. We have, as you go through the RAIN cycle, a way for people to put their lists together. But there's a way to do a quick list. I just want to do a quick list. Who are your top 10 to 15 individuals? And what I'm going to say is, who's your number 1, 2? Who's your hottest prospect? If you could do business with anybody, who would it be? I want to know who that one person is. Okay, and I might even get on the phone with that person right now. Oh man, Sally, she's amazing. Everything she touches turns to gold. Okay, well, Sally, all right, let's start with Sally. What's her number? And so I'll call Sally right in front of them, and they might be a little bit nervous. I'm sitting here with Sam, and that's on the phone. I'm like, "Hi, Sally. My name's Byron Belka. I know you don't know me. I'm actually sitting here with Sam, and he's actually somebody that I've teamed up with on a new business, and he's really excited about it. And I asked him, who is the top person in business, if you could work with, you'd want to work with? And he told me you. So once again, I just gave her a big compliment. He told me you. So I wanted to give you a call. This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. When is the soonest that you have 20 minutes where we could sit down and I could show you what's going on here? And that's what I'm going to do. And then, you know what? I just took the pressure right off of Sam, because, you know, let's say she sets up the appointment. Now Sam is ecstatic, you know, because we're already making headway. How much easier is it now for us to call the next people on the list? It's really easy. I took the pressure off. But what if she said, "Oh no, I'm not around. I'm not interested"? Well, at that point, you know, at the same time, Sam's going to see that wasn't too difficult. It didn't. You know, I'm not crying about it. It wasn't that big of a deal. You know, maybe they were out of town or whatever. We'll set something up later when she gets back. But what I'm trying to say is it's easier, like I showed you, or like I told you, it's easier to be shown than told. So as sponsors, it's a good idea for us to be able to do some of these things with our prospects. But I want this list, because if their goal is to go out there and get 10 people real quick, you know, I need a list of at least 10 or 15 people that we can start working with as we're doing the other things and putting the real goals in place and putting the real list in place and all these other things, okay? So another thing that's important to do is to find out who your upline is. Find out a couple levels above you who their names, phone numbers, and emails are. Call and introduce yourself to them. Say, "Hey, I just joined your team and organization. I'm sure I'm going to need your help in the future here. I'm really excited about what's going on." And let them know who you are. Because you know what? Nobody in your upline can really focus on you if they don't know you're there. They don't know who you are. So put it out there and let people know, "Hey, I'm here. I'm serious. I want to make this thing happen, and I might need your help in calling you to do that." And so you want to know who those people are, so make sure that you get that information from the person that brought you into the business so that you can do that. Another thing that I'm going to do is, once again, one of the ways to see success is not only do the things that allow somebody to succeed, but stay away from the things that cause failure. Okay? So not doing things can also help you see success. So here's some things that are some do's and some don'ts. And the one thing that I'm going to stress the most is a don't. And that is, I will not explain or talk to any prospects about the business, product, or opportunity on my own without an upline leader or using a tool. Have a tool do it instead if your upline leader is not available. Why? Guys, you just joined the business. You don't know everything about it. You know, somebody might say, "Oh, this is a cool comp plan. You know, we have to build down and da-da-da-da." Oh, build down? Is this some pyramid thing? Guys, what are you going to say? You don't know what the difference between a pyramid scheme that is illegal and a true network marketing opportunity is. You might not know. Okay? Or you might say, "Oh, it's really cool. You only have to focus on 2 legs and there's a binary aspect." Oh, binaries, yeah. I heard about binaries. No. Well, you can't explain. You've heard it once. "Oh, well, there's this new technology, you know, and you know, we get these antioxidants from seeds." Antioxidants, there's nothing special about antioxidants. I can go buy those at GNC. They're all over the place. It says antioxidants on ketchup at the store. Okay? So you know what I'm saying, guys? You're going to get beat up. You're not going to know how to answer the questions. There's a few different ways that we just know work. And so what your goal is to do at the beginning is just be that expert inviter. Okay, don't be the Rambo and try to go out there and do it yourself. So this is where most people make the mistake. They go out and they're so excited and they blow through people that they shouldn't have blown through because they didn't do it properly. You know, it's almost like making their birthday cake. You have all the ingredients in it, but if it's all in the presentation. If I have this gorgeous cake and I present it to somebody, they're excited. But if I take a baseball bat to a cake and hit it 15 times and then hand it over to somebody, guys, it's the same ingredients. It's probably going to taste the same. Okay, but it was presented totally different. And the outcome's going to be different on how it's accepted. And that's just a reality that we need to all understand and make sure that we don't make the mistake and don't have our people make those same mistakes. So, another thing, I will be a responsible sponsor and I'll duplicate the system and I won't change it. Make your first $1 million our way, guys, before you start changing things. The principles that we have in place are proven, okay, and we know they work, and it's created millionaires, and so it's not something that we just came up with when we guessed. Okay, this is proven stuff that we're talking about. So we want people to duplicate that. Okay, I will attend the next available Getting Started training and learn how to build the business correctly. Okay, whether it's an online webinars like this where we're teaching people how to do it, whether it's something that's local, you need to make sure that people understand, why would you buy a franchise? Why would somebody go and buy a Taco Bell franchise or a McDonald's franchise and not go back to McDonald University and learn how to do it. Why would you do that? Why would you start a business and learn how to do it right? Take the time to learn how to do it right. While you've got your sponsor out there helping you get started, still take that time. Make sure that you go to that getting started training. You need to support all local and corporate events, because it's not about you, like I said. It's about duplication, and people will not do what you don't do. They're not going to come to a local event if you're not there. Okay, and everybody needs you at local events, especially as we're young right now. Guys, we're just growing. We have some states where we have one distributor. We have some areas where we have 0 distributors still. So in a local setting where maybe you only have 10 or 15 people building the business, it's imperative that everybody's supporting that. You can't go to a meeting and not only does everybody need to bring people as the business is building, but you need to be there just to show your support, because if you have 2 people in a room compared to 30, the feeling is going to be different. People are going to say, you know what, there is something here. And you need to support your local and corporate events. The corporate events obviously are going to be bigger in announcement, recognition, those types of things. You need to be there. Okay? You need to be there to support your team, support your people, and to learn. You're going to learn tons. And so let me just give you an example of that. Let's say you have 10 people in your organization, and you go to a 2-day, it was a corporate event, 2-day training, and there was 10 hours of training. Okay, you have 10 people there, they got 10 hours of training. That's 100 hours of training. When do you have time to train 100 hours to your people? We don't. That's why we need to use the systems. That's why we do these things. We don't do them because corporate thinks it's cool for us to talk. Or I don't do these webinars every week just for my own pleasure. I do this because there needs to be a way. If we have 50 people on this webinar tonight that all get an hour of training, that's 50 hours of training. What if you had 50 people on your team on this webinar? Okay, then your team got 50 hours of training that you don't have to do for them. That's why these things are critical. It's not just you doing it, but you doing it so that you can expect others to do it. Not just so that you're learning, but that you're setting an example. All right? So I will be a product of the product, and I will stay on and maintain an auto ship every month. You need to be active in the business. You need to be on the product every single month. You need to have a testimonial and a testimony on what this product is doing for you. And the only way you can do it is if you're practicing what you preach. Okay, and the other thing is I will commit to the weekly hours I've set aside to consistently build my RAIN business, and I will commit to doing so for a minimum of 2 years. Why 2 years? Guys, because everything doesn't happen overnight. Okay, what if it takes you 5 years? What if it takes you 5 years to double or triple your income? That's residual that keeps coming. Was it worth it? Okay, this is not a get-rich-quick program. It's a get-rich-quicker program, like I say. Okay, we're not talking about, go out there and just, do this for 40 years and maybe you'll have something. Okay, it's not a get-rich-quick where you sign up and we're just going to pay you millions, because that is illegal. Okay, but when we're out there and we're building something and it's a legitimate company, we really are offering something that benefits people, like our product Soul, which is phenomenal. And it's going to take time for people to share it with people, for people to share it with people, for people to get educated on the systems and the processes and the learning curves and all that stuff. It's going to take time. And you just need to understand that. I mean, how many years does somebody go to school to be a doctor? How many years does somebody go to school just to be an accountant? Or, in marketing? You're going to school for years. Okay, so if you become a student of this profession and you're willing to do the basics for 2 years, guys, I'm here to tell you, you're going to be in the upper echelons of this industry. Because most people aren't willing to do that. Okay, they're not willing to do that. Consistency is the key. Because nothing's going to happen. You can't do this for a week and then forget about it for a month and then say, okay, I'm going to do it again. I am excited, and then do it. You don't give yourself a chance to really create any momentum if you start and stop and start and stop and start and stop. Okay? Be committed. Do it. And do it on a daily basis and commit to getting it done. Then what you want to do is you want to agree as a new distributor you're going to do this, and then also you're going to sign as the upline, because you're committing to each other that if you do, I'm going to support you, I'm going to do these things. Guys, I can tell you stories of people, rags to riches stories, that, they're living in a one-room, apartment. They didn't have a car, and now they're making tens of thousands of dollars every single month. Okay? almost 6 figures a year. I mean, I know some people today that are doing that. Because why? I know people that are making over 6 figures a year because they did the basics over a long period of time. It didn't happen overnight for them either. But they were consistent, and it's changed their lives. So here's what we want to do. Like I told you, this isn't a get-rich-quick program. It's a get-rich-quicker. And here's what I mean by that. Instead of working for another 20 to 50 years and doing what you want for maybe 3 to 5, if you have the help to do it and the energy, and if you're on our products, you should. Okay? I commit to working hard and being consistent for the next 2 to 5 years so that you can do whatever you want for the rest of your life. Let's reverse that. Let's make that change in your benefit. Okay? And so it's really, really important. So what I talk about is playing ping pong. And with people in your organization, this is what you want to do. And what I mean by that is you're hitting the ball over to them. You're playing the game, and they're hitting it back. And as long as both people are doing their parts, that's why the commitment letter has 2 signatures. You need to be doing your part too. But they also need to be doing their part. And if you hit the ball over the table and it rolls off and they're never hitting it back, then you're not playing ping pong. It's not fun. Okay, and I don't want to play. We need to find people that want to play. Our goal is not to motivate people, it's to find them motivated. And get out there and show them the path and help them go out there and make it happen. Okay, by following the simple systems of duplication that they can then teach their people. So, guys, what you want to do, you want to make sure that you're out there working, you're going through this commitment letter, and that you've started the rain cycle within 48 hours. And what my mentor taught me is that when you sign somebody up into the business, you have a couple weeks. You've lit the fuse on a bomb, and you have a couple weeks. And that bomb's going to explode. If you don't help them go out and see some results and get them moving in the right way instead of the wrong way. And so a lot of times people get in, they want to know everything and learn everything. And remember, that's not your goal at the beginning. That's not your role. This is not net thinking. It's not net planning or organizing, net studying, net socializing, net dreaming, or net procrastinating. It's called networking for a reason. We've got to get to work. Okay, and a majority of what we teach by doing. And I just want to focus on and reiterate that because it's so important. So networking is the key. Get out there and do something. And at the end of the day, this is one of the things I do. Before I close my eyes and I go over all the different things that went, all my goals and my affirmations and what I'm after, I ask myself, did I move closer to my goal today? Yes or no? Because we're not on neutral ground ever. Okay? Did I move closer, yes or no? And I want to be able to say yes every single night. What could I have done better? How can I be better tomorrow than I was today? Okay? And we got to make sure that we're moving towards, like I said, our goals, our dreams, and making it a reality. Because nobody else is just going to give it to us, guys. I don't care what company, I don't care, if somebody comes out and says they've got even a better product and they got a better comp plan, it doesn't matter. The same basics always apply. There's nothing out there like what we've got, guys. But the basics apply here to any other thing that we would do. And we need to make sure that we're willing to do those things. And having that commitment letter in place is going to help people understand what they need to be doing right from the get-go. So what we need to do after this is get into the rain cycle. And the rain cycle is going to take them through the different steps, the cycles of the business. But first and foremost, the commitment letter needs to be done. You need to fill that out with them and make sure that everything's set up and you're ready to go and start your rain cycle training. So guys, the commitment letter really is key. And I want you to ask yourselves, have you done that with your people? If you haven't, why? Okay, do it. Moving forward, make sure that you do. Because a lot of times, people think about things that might be, they think, oh yeah, that's a good idea, but they don't do them. But guys, this is really makes a big difference in your business. And I've had a lot of people tell me that. Byron, when I started doing these basic things is when everything changed for me. Okay, I was going through a lot of the motions, but it wasn't until, and I really, kind of got down to the basics of the business and really followed the steps that are laid out for us, because sometimes they sound too simplistic that people don't want to do. It's too easy. It's very, very simple. It's not easy. It's hard work. It's very simple. You guys follow the simple things, and you're going to see different results. I promise you. So thank you for getting on the webinar tonight. Once again, let's make sure this webinar is not about just you. let's make sure you're getting your people on the webinars and getting trained each week, that you're able to have your people learn and grow from different principles that we teach and focus on, because of the fact that you don't have time, guys. You don't have time to teach everybody. You want 50 people on these trainings in your organization. That's 50 hours a week that's going into your team to make your team a more powerhouse to go out there and capitalize on market share. So thanks for getting on the webinar. I appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for all your hard work. And guys, let's go out there and seriously make it rain. This is Byron Belka calling in from Springville, Utah. Have a good night, everyone.